Good morning, everyone. This is Gal. We are playing. We're playing Mario again, but we're doing this is a different Mario. This one's been on my list for a little while, but it was always web-based, and my old recording software didn't work with that. And now I can both use web-based stuff and also Flash is dead, so they released a regular version of this. This is Mario Crossover, which at first glance looked like a lot of the crazy ROM hacks that just kind of reskinned things. But if you actually dig into it, there is each of the characters that it has as a crossover option is fully functional, using their own game mechanics, and Mario works with it, basically. There's about probably 24 skins, separate options for each character, and as well as, like, stages. For the sake of simplicity, we're keeping it as minimal as we can for this first run. I have disabled Mario and Luigi because so that we can just basically use all the other characters. We're going to use modern weapons, which lets you kind of collect more than one option with certain characters, like Mega Man. And we are going to... So this is all the options we've got. So Link and Zelda are enabled. Mega Man, Proto Man, and a few other bosses from that game are enabled. Bass and Quick Man are enabled on this one, and then the other five are just as they are. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with just doing random, I think, and see what we've got. Kind of explore it as we go. Yeah, let's do the first stage random, and then we'll start picking as we go. Okay, so we got Bill from Contra. Now, one of the neat things with this... Oh, and for map skins, I only did, for the map skins, I did just Mario and Lost Levels, just to keep it simple. So, Bill from Contra, his big advantage, obviously, is that his machine gun is ridiculous. And he can shoot in all directions. The big disadvantage he ends up having is he cannot... Oops, that's not what I was expecting. I figured it'd be a spread. That's okay. His big disadvantage is he cannot collect mushrooms. So, much like in Contra, one hit and you die. All of the other characters can effectively get a mushroom to sustain themselves for one hit. Power-ups carry over between levels, but they're tied to the characters. So, in this case, if we were to get Bill again, he gets to keep his fire up upgrade. Other characters get to keep their mushrooms or whatever other powers they have. Let's go ahead and do... Yeah, let's just keep going random, sure. The main reason I don't want to do random is because I don't want to keep getting the same characters over and over again. I want to be able to actually show off a bunch of different ones. So, Samus for Metroid. Slightly different than the standard in that she can duck, which you couldn't do in the original. Still can't shoot down though. We've got the, what is that, Ridley's Layer music? Screw attack? Seriously? Okay. The mushroom gets long shot. I'm slightly nervous about this. Okay, yep. for that reason. I wasn't sure where it was going to end. Because obviously none of the mechanics are exact. And it looks like you can't use this to go through blocks either, which is a little disappointing. Okay. I think we're actually gonna go ahead and pick our first character this time. I want to do Simon for this. Simon Belmont gets a double jump. Mostly because otherwise... Oh, we got wrecked. Okay. Mostly because if he didn't have a double jump, a lot of the jumps would just be impossible. There we go. Mushroom secured. One of the things I love is that these flying enemies don't actually get stuck back in their shell after a hit like the regular game, if you do damage to them from the front. For the castles, I feel like Mega Man is probably just a good go-to option. So these are like I said, we have a variety of characters available here. I think we're gonna do Fireman because it amuses me. So normal shots do more damage. He's immune to fireworks. That's the big piece here for castles. You can only have 2 shots on the screen, unlike some Mega Man games. Oh, and he can do the fire wave. That's pretty cool. The big reason you want to use Mega Man characters for the bosses here, if you're going to be choosing, is because Bowser killing Bowser with ranged attacks is way easier than trying to deal with him with, like, the sword from Ninja Gaiden or something. Okay. 2-1. Making progress. Let's go ahead. Let's see, who haven't we done yet? Let's do Link for 2-1. And we'll just stick with regular Link. So first thing we get is the white sword and the blue ring. The big thing with Link is you do have to, like the other characters, he can't jump on enemies. But he can bounce with a down thrust or an up thrust. The mechanics for this, despite the fact they clearly could have gone with Zelda 2, they did not. But what they did do is basically a Link's Awakening. The side views with that where you get the Roc's Feather. Which honestly I'm kind of okay with because Zelda 2 is awkward comparatively. You do start with the boomerang, and you get the option for bombs really early. And you can also get the bow. Now that we have the bow, I may actually play as Zelda later. Zelda is exactly the same as Link, except her sword is weaker and her bow is stronger. So, good option in that case. And for this one, we're actually going to go for Blaster Master right off the bat. And the reason we're doing that is because out of all the characters, Sophia the Third from Blaster Master starts with the dive. Which is neat, because you get to do the whole submersible thing. Just cruise through the level. The Sophia the Third actually has a lot of cool options you can, most of the characters do, but it's one of my, I think, the best. Let's see, we haven't played as Bass or Ryu yet. Let's go with Bass for this. And actually, I'm gonna do Quick Man, because I think this is gonna be a good option for this stage. So the difference between Bass and Mega Man is that Bass can shoot in every direction, or most directions. Has a dash instead of a slide. And Bass has a double jump. Quick Man does not. Quick Man just has a higher regular jump and moves quickly. Quick Man's really good. Just because it's so easy to make those moves as you're going through. And I guess that leaves us... You know what? Let's go back to... No, let's go Ryu. I said I wanted to do a tour of the characters. This is the character we haven't played as yet, in any iteration. Obviously, we haven't done, like, traditional Mega Man yet. This is probably not the best option. Which, actually... Never mind, I take it back. This might be the best option. This is the part that I was more worried about, is the boss fight. But I guess we could do that. That's pretty cool. And I think that's where we're going to take our first break here. Do 2 worlds per. Seems reasonable, unless I start dying a lot more. So yeah, this is a really neat game. Highly suggest checking it out. I'll throw a link to it in the description, although it is the website that it links to is terrible. I promise it's there, just don't click allow on anything more than you need to. So yeah, Hopefully you're enjoying this. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one.